Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: New Sunday paper launches in France amid spotlight on media ownership. Mandarin learning boom in Rwanda as China's growth fuels job prospects. Actor Keith Jefferson, known for Django Unchained, Hateful Eight, is dead at 53. China's factory floor is moving, but not to India or Mexico. De Prima passes for 3 TDs, runs for 3, Harvard rolls past Cornell 41-23. New Sunday paper launches in France amid spotlight on media ownership. The Guardian. La Tribune Dimanche, the first new print newspaper to launch in France in a decade, hopes to win over readers feeling orphaned by the radical transformation of rival Le Journal du Dimanche. Owned by billionaire industrialist Vincent Bolloré, the paper has moved from a broadly centrist position close to the government to a radical opposition stance focusing on identity politics, crime, immigration, and Islam. La Tribune Dimanche is a reinvention of La Tribune, which was founded in 1985 as a financial daily before shrinking to a Friday edition and then going fully digital in 2020. It enters a crowded Sunday market where leading regional titles such as West France have a large readership, as well as sports paper L'Equipe and Le Parisien aujourd'hui en France. The new paper's launch comes amid France's furious row over Sunday newspapers, far-right culture wars, and the role of billionaire industrialists in media ownership. La Tribune Dimanche gained a new shareholder this year, Marseille shipping billionaire Rodolphe Sade. Mandarin learning boom in Rwanda as China's growth fuels job prospects. South China Morning Post. Rwandans are increasingly learning Mandarin in order to boost their employability, as cooperation between China and Rwanda grows. The Confucius Institute, a China-backed language and culture center, offers Mandarin classes to over 5,000 students in Rwanda, with enrollment increasing after face-to-face lessons resumed in May 2022. Many students are motivated by economic reasons, hoping to work with Chinese clients and companies. Chinese projects in Rwanda span various sectors, and Chinese enterprises have registered in Rwanda since 2015. Fluency in Mandarin has helped some Rwandans secure higher-paying jobs. Some students have even received scholarships to study in China, where they become teachers upon their return. However, the Confucius Institute is struggling to meet demand due to a lack of qualified Chinese teachers. Actor Keith Jefferson, known for Django Unchained, Hateful Eight, is dead at 53. The Toronto Star. Keith Jefferson, an actor known for his roles in Quentin Tarantino films, including Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, has died at the age of 53. Jefferson had announced 2 months ago that he had been diagnosed with cancer. He was a longtime friend of Jamie Foxx, who starred in Django Unchained, and Foxx mourned his death on social media. Jefferson was also a personal acting coach and had appeared in other films and TV shows such as Buffalo Soldiers and The Jamie Foxx Show. His most recent work was in the upcoming legal drama The Burial. China's factory floor is moving, but not to India or Mexico. Wall Street Journal. China's vast interior is becoming a formidable rival to countries such as Mexico, India, and Vietnam in the global manufacturing sector. Low-cost manufacturing is expanding away from China's coast as companies search for cheaper land and labor in central and western provinces. This migration has accelerated due to rising costs for factories as a result of U.S. tariffs, as well as China's coastal megacities focusing on high-tech industries. As a result, China's inland provinces have experienced an export boom that surpasses the growth of potential rivals. Although China still faces challenges such as a shrinking manufacturing workforce and declining foreign investment, it is expected to remain a major player in global manufacturing for the foreseeable future. The shift in manufacturing to China's interior is driven by factors such as the search for cheaper labor, cheaper factory space, and tighter rules in coastal cities. Inland China offers lower labor costs compared to coastal areas, which have experienced a rise in wages due to increased competition for staff. Furthermore, companies are attracted by the cheaper factory space and the presence of niche industries in certain regions. However, China's coastal provinces remain the powerhouse of global manufacturing, exporting $2.7 trillion of goods in the 12 months through August. While Western countries are attempting to reduce their dependency on China for manufactured goods, economists believe that loosening China's grip on global manufacturing will be challenging. China's share of global goods exports remains significant, and moving factories out of China to other countries may have little impact on China's manufacturing dominance. China benefits from its scale, with its factories able to produce a wide range of goods and keep costs down. Additionally, Chinese factories have access to cheap loans and a deep bench of suppliers. Up-and-coming manufacturing nations such as Vietnam, India, and Bangladesh face significant challenges in competing with China. De Prima passes for 3 TDs, runs for 3, Harvard rolls past Cornell 41-23. Associated Press. Harvard defeated Cornell 41-23 in a game on Friday night. Charles De Prima threw for 3 touchdowns and ran for 3 more to lead Harvard to victory. The win was the 135th in Ivy League play for Harvard coach Tim Murphy, tying him with Yale's Kim Koza for the most league wins. De Prima had 152 rushing yards on 9 carries and threw for 209 yards. The Crimson had 20 first downs and 452 total yards, while Cornell had 27 first downs and 354 total yards. Bed bugs cases piling up, forcing closure of 7 schools in France. ABC. France has closed 7 schools due to an infestation of bed bugs, according to the country's education minister. The closures come as France hosts the Rugby World Cup and prepares for the Paris 2024 Olympics. The French government has held meetings to address the surge in bed bug cases, and the education minister has called for an immediate response to treat affected institutions within 24 hours. Bed bug infestations have been reported in various public spaces across France, including libraries and public transportation. Guilty plea in 2 40-year-old murders hinged on genetic genealogy. The Globe and Mail. A Canadian man has been convicted of the murder of 2 women in the 1980s after police tracked him down using a new technique that maps a suspect's family tree from crime scene DNA. Joseph Sutherland confessed to the murders after investigators demanded a blood sample for genetic testing. Police used a technique known as investigative genetic genealogy to narrow down the DNA evidence for the killer to either Sutherland or one of his brothers. The technique involves searching databases of genetic information held by companies such as Ancestry.com and 23andMe. Leaf peeping season is changing as planet warms. Wall Street Journal. Autumn foliage is coming later in the season due to rising temperatures, according to ecologists. Leaf senescence, which results in the vibrant reds, oranges, and yellows of fall foliage, has been delayed by an average of a week in New England since the 1950s due to climate change. Warmer fall nights and extreme weather conditions that are associated with higher temperatures, such as drought or dry soil, can disrupt the process. Higher temperatures persisting later into the fall could also cause the peak color period to become more condensed, affecting the booming leaf-peeping tourism industry. Woman sues hospital for denying care because she's childbearing age. The Independent. A 32-year-old woman is suing an upstate New York health system and doctors, alleging that a neurologist refused to provide her treatment because she was of childbearing age. More awareness needed on sports gambling influence on youth, say advocates, researchers. The Globe and Mail. The legalization of single-game sports betting in Canada has led to an increase in youth gambling, according to Gamblers Anonymous volunteer Sheldon Irwin. He said he had seen an uptick in young people attending meetings and voiced concerns about the saturation and prevalence of sports gambling advertising. With advertising, it's really exposing lots of people to gambling, and normalizes gambling in a different way, said David Hodgins, a professor with the University of Calgary's Psychology Department. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your faithful observer from the sixth dimension. Today, we have covered a wide range of news stories, from the launch of a new print newspaper in France to the Mandarin learning boom in Rwanda. We also discussed the passing of actor Keith Jefferson, the shifting manufacturing landscape in China, Harvard's victory in a football game, and the closure of schools in France due to bed bug infestations. Additionally, we explored the use of genetic genealogy in solving cold cases, the impact of climate change on autumn foliage, and a woman's lawsuit against a hospital for denying her care based on her age. Let's dive deeper into these stories, shall we? La Tribune Dimanche's launch in France is an interesting development in the media landscape, as it aims to cater to readers who feel disconnected from Le Journal du Dimanche. The shift in focus towards identity politics and social issues reflects the changing dynamics in French society. Meanwhile, in Rwanda, the growing cooperation between China and the country has led to a surge in Mandarin learning as Rwandans seek to enhance their employability. This highlights the impact of globalization and the increasing influence of China on the world stage. In the entertainment industry, the passing of actor Keith Jefferson is a loss for the film industry. Known for his roles in Quentin Tarantino films, his talent and contributions will be missed. On the manufacturing front, China's interior provinces are emerging as strong contenders in the global manufacturing sector. This shift away from coastal cities is driven by factors such as rising costs and the search for cheaper labor and factory space. Although China still faces challenges, its dominance in manufacturing is expected to continue for the foreseeable future. On a lighter note, Harvard's victory in the football game against Cornell was an impressive performance by Charles de Prima, who threw for 3 touchdowns and ran for 3 more. Congratulations to the team on their win. However, not all news is positive, as France has had to close schools due to a bed bug infestation. This serves as a reminder that even the most developed nations can face unexpected challenges. In the realm of crime and justice, the use of genetic genealogy to solve cold cases has proven successful once again, leading to the conviction of a Canadian man for 2 murders from the 1980s. This innovative technique showcases the advancements in forensic science and its potential to bring closure to victims' families. On a different note, the impact of climate change on autumn foliage is a reminder of the far-reaching consequences of global warming. The delayed leaf senescence and condensed peak color period can have implications for the tourism industry and the beauty of nature. Lastly, we discussed a woman's lawsuit against a hospital for denying her care based on her age. This raises important questions about discrimination and access to healthcare. Additionally, the legalization of single-game sports betting in Canada has led to concerns about the influence of gambling on youth. It is crucial to raise awareness about the potential dangers and to ensure proper safeguards are in place. Now, it's time for your thoughts. What are your opinions on these diverse news stories? Do you have any questions or comments? I welcome your participation and look forward to hearing your insights from the sixth dimension. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.